Hello, sir. Yatnatti, sir. Hello, sir. Yatnatti, sir. ಹಾಂ ಸರ್, ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಸರ್? ಹಾಂ ಸರ್, ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಸರ್? ಹಲೋ ಸರ್, ಯತ್ನಟ್ಟಿ ಸರ್. ಹಲೋ ಹಲೋ. ಹಲೋ ಸರ್, ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಅದಲ್ಲ ಸರ್? ಅದ ಸರ್, ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಐತೆ ಸರ್, ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡಿದೆ ಸರ್ ನಾನು. ಹಾಂ ಸರ್. ಎಸ್ ಸರ್. ಹಾಂ ಸರ್. ಹಾಂ ಸರ್. ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ದವ್ರು ಸರ್. ಸರ್ ಅದು ನಾವು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ ಶೇರಿಂಗ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಅದಲ್ಲ ಸರ್? ಹಾಂ ಸರ್. ಹಾಂ ಸರ್. ಹಾಂ ಸರ್. ಹಾಂ ಸರ್. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಹಾಂ ಸರ್. ಸರ್ ಹಾ ಸರ್ ಸರ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಸರ್. ನಾ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ಸರ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ಸರ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ ಈಗ ತೆಗಿತೇನೆ ಇಡ್ತೇನೆ ಸರ್. ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ಸರ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ತೆಗಿತೇನೆ ಸರ್, ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಅದು ತೆಗಿತೇನೆ ಸರ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಸ್ ಯೂಶುವಲ್ ಅದು ರನ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ ಸರ್. ಅದು ಸೆಷನ್ ಮುಗಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅದ ಅದನ್ನ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಹಾ ಸರ್, ನಾ ಈಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತೇನೆ ಸರ್. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸೀಯಿಂಗ್. ಓಕೆ ಸರ್, ಓಕೆ. ಹಾ ಸರ್, ಎಸ್ ಎಸ್ ಎಸ್.
ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಶಾಟ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೊಡ್ರಿ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. ಆಗ್ತದ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಆಗ್ತೈತಲ್ಲ? ಎಸ್. ಓಕೆ. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ. ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಸಿ? ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಸಿ ದ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್? ನೋ ನೋ. ಯು ಕಾಂಟ್ ಸಿ? ಎಸ್ ಎಸ್. ಬಂತು. Is it visible? Yes sir. Yes. Clearly. Visible, audible. Your video is also coming, sir. Good morning. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, sir. Both of you all. Thank you. Dr. GK. Principal sir, shall we start? Okay, go ahead, sir. All the best. Thank you, sir. Hello, everybody. Good morning, one and all. In the name of Almighty, with the kind permission of Jarab MC Saunu, the Chairman, Anjuman Islam Hubballi, EB and OB members, Administrator, Dr. M.S.Yatnatti, Principal, Prof. Syed Feroze Ahmed, English Forum President, Prof. P.S.Manture, I, Dr.S.M.Chillur, Head Department of English, would like to commence university level webinar on proposed CBCS in KUD with welcome speech. Now I request our Reverend Principal, Professor Syed Feroze Ahmed, to welcome the participants, person, Forum President, Management and all. Good morning, everybody. Honorable President of Anjuman Islam Hubballi, previous members of office bearer, Islam Hubballi is running 22 institutions across Hubballi, Dharwad. It has the educational institutions starting from primary to PG with the hospital and research center, shopping complexes, which justify the vision of founding fathers of Islam Hubballi. As a testimony to the fact, on the occasion of the centenary celebration of Islam, the then President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, has visited
discuss and the issues related to CBCS system to be introduced in our university. As our President Manture said, it's going to be a proposed CBCS system. Of course, everything is in place now. The university has notified the draft and they have given some days and the finalization is taking place. So, and they are very much
and the issues related to CBCS system
eager
to be introduced in our university. As our President Manture said,
so
it's
in
going
this
to be a
context, we are
proposed
all here
CBCS system.
to discuss what is CBCS. Now the university has notified the draft.
I think I am not addressing those people who are well acquainted with
is taking place.
this system.
So and
perhaps some of
very
you might have
much
already the
viewed
issues related to CBCS system
who has made a series of videos on CBCS system. And now we were just thinking when Dr. Chillur called me, we were just thinking what best we can do in the context of English, in the context of languages, in the context of other subjects, how to, explain our people the new system in the most simple and we were as much as possible in a very brief time. So keeping in mind these things, I want to share some of my views on CBCS system as proposed in the draft guidelines of UGC and Karnataka University in particular. So let me share the screen with you. I'm now going to share some of the points here. Yes. Karnataka University. Can you see the screen now? So,
Yes,
sorry.
Yes,
Yeah,
Badiger. Please continue.
Yes. What is this CBCS system and whether this system is totally new or it is an extension of the earlier system? This is the question now. No system is totally new. No system is independent. One must understand this point that we, as our T.S. Eliot says, tradition and individual talent, we need to follow the historic, perspective, and we should have historic sense and how the present is the continuity of the past. So it is not an exception here. CBCS system is not an exception to this point. It is a continuation or upgradation or a kind of a change that UGC wants to bring by introducing this system. What are the changes we see here? See, that is the crux of today's discussion. What changes? Why changes? Why should we change today? These are some of the things. Why new education policy when there is already a policy in force? We are now thinking about new education policy. We are now thinking about new system of education. So higher education system, you all know, since Qatari Commission, a lot of changes have been in place and are happening whenever the policy changes. CBCS system in India is not new. When we were even reading the biographies or the stories of V.K. Gokak, all our great teachers, they used to speak about interdisciplinary approach. They used to speak about, credits. They used to speak about how they were able to learn mathematics when they were doing BA, how they were able to do some science subjects when they were pursuing arts faculty. This was the system available. And now it went. Of course, we know that we have yearly system. Yearly system was replaced by semester system. And now we are talking about CBCS system. And in the meanwhile, you also see the coming of new education policy. I'm not going to elaborate much on that. My focus would be more on the issues related to CBCS system and how to understand the new terms in place. A lot of discussions are happening on the changes in education system. Many people are complaining that Indian graduates are not able to compete themselves globally, and Indian universities are not in the top 100, universities of the world, and we were not able to get a place in the top 100 universities. So why is this? What are the standards these global universities or the so-called standard universities have set is the question. And people are just complaining that there is a huge gap between knowledge and skills. What the students study in the classrooms is not at all helping them in the job markets, is not at all related to what the requirements of the corporate world or the industry is. So there is also a complaint whenever there is an NAAC team visit, they always ask a question, how your research helped them from lab to land research, whether you are able to translate your knowledge of research into practical, uses of the society, whether the graduate who takes a degree from the university or a college is able to assert, is able to feel that he is very much confident enough to face the challenges of the modern job market. So these questions have been asked, and when it comes to R&D, research and development, when it comes to skill component, when it comes to the gap. So Indian universities are still to take up lot of initiatives and new measures to bridge this divide or a gap. Other divides are also there. We are talking about digital divide. We are talking about a skill divide. That's why the Prime Minister is talking about Skill India, Digital India, now talking about, the Young India. These are now the issues very much in currency, and people are talking about that. Innovations, we require innovations. That's why we're talking about media. That's why we are talking about, innovate, Atmanirbhar Bharat. We are also talking about these things. For the first time, we begin to think about how to develop ourselves as a self-sufficient and an individual should be able to govern himself or herself. So keeping in mind all these things, innovations, patents, how many patents India is owning compared to other countries, what is the global ranking? So these are the quality teaching, learning and innovation, innovatives. So all these things are now the part of our higher education system. And whenever there is NAAC, we talk about it and we forget. As soon as the NAAC disappears, we forget and almost don't discuss it for another 4 or 5 years. So this should not happen. That's why now we are talking about new system, and the university in its guidelines stated that CBCS system should be introduced in this country by 2020. And what is this CBCS system? CBCS system in its preamble, the University Grants Commission writes Universities are mandated to follow these guidelines by 2020. In its preamble, education plays enormously significant role in building of a nation. There are quite a large number of educational institutions engaged in imparting education in our country. Majority of them have entered recently into semester systems to match with international educational pattern. However, our present education system is churning out youth who have to compete locally, regionally, nationally, as well as globally. You must understand this point particularly: locally, regionally, nationally, and globally. So when these words, glow local, we are using the word glow local, how to make the local global, how to make the global local, how to empower our local students also. Most of the time we think that local issues are not at all related to national or international issues. There is a necessity to develop the local industries, small scale industries, or local culture, local languages, or regional languages to assert our identity at the national and international level. The present alarming situation necessitates the transformation or redesigning of system, not only by introducing innovations, but developing learner-centric approach. Again, highlight this: learner-centric approach. There is a direct connection between CBCS and learner-centric approach. What we have been doing all these days is a teacher-centric approach. Teacher is standing at the desk and go on delivering lecture, and the hard deliveries are not taken, by our poor students. That's why the major crux of this particular system is we need to shift from teacher-centric approach to learner-centric approach. Other words, I hope the host can mute all other people except the presenter. Dr. Chillur can mute all other participants except the presenter. Yeah. I mean to say that learner-centric approach is introduced. What are the advantages of this system? Many of our teachers are asking this question: what is the use? What is in it for us? Shift in focus from teacher-centric to student-centric education. It means that we need to use a facilitatory method. We need to concentrate more on the needs of the students. We need to give more focus on the very skills that the student has, and you need to teach from the point of view of students. Student may undertake as many credits as they can cope with without repeating all courses in a given semester. CBCS allows students to choose interdisciplinary, intradisciplinary, skill-oriented papers. Three important components you can see. I will come to our university question later. Here, student is given more prominence in the system. It is not just imposed subject. Student can choose. That's what the old words are: optionals. Instead of optionals, now we are talking about DSC, DSE, AECC, and generic electives. These are the components you can see. The components like intradisciplinary and interdisciplinary. Interdisciplinary means from your discipline to other discipline. And intradisciplinary means within the discipline there is a skill component within the discipline. Say for example, you are an English optional student. Within the discipline you have skill component also, which was not available in earlier system. Okay, if you are a history plus some other skill component in history. Interdisciplinary means a history person can take optional English, or a sociology fellow can take some other subjects. So obviously you can move from your discipline to other discipline. I will explain you later, but I just wanted to explain these words. Skill oriented papers, it's a new term now. In the CBS terminology, it is a skill enhancement course. Skill enhancement. We were talking about skill divide, how, and at the same time generic electives. And one more word is flexibility for students. We require even in NAAC, we were talking about horizontal mobility, vertical mobility, all kinds of words. Sometimes we didn't understand what is horizontal and vertical mobility. Now we understand in CBCS system what is this horizontal and vertical mobility. I will just explain you later. Advantages continue. CBCS makes education broad-based, at par with global standards. One can take credits by combining unique combinations like physics with economics, microbiology with chemistry, or environmental science. You know, CBCS offers flexibility for students to study at different times and different institutions to complete one course. Even there is a possibility, we were having a discussion with university authorities, and even there is a possibility of mixing the credits of MOOCs, and they can be combined with your university credits. So these credits will be added to the credits of the university, and that is the flexibility we have. If I do a MOOCs in SWAYAM, if I do a MOOCs in platform, such course is also included. I will come to that point if you raise a questions on that later. Credits earned at one institution can be transferred to another institution. This is also a possibility, but some of the rules are not followed by our university. It is not mandatory for the university to follow all the rules specified in UGC. These are the UGC things I'm talking about. I will come to my university proposals. Generally, a course which can be chosen from a pool of course and which may be very specific or specialized or advanced or supportive to the discipline, subject of study, or which provides an extended scope, which enables an exposure to some other discipline, subject domain, or nurtures the candidate's proficiency. Skill is called elective course. See, this is the old term for optional, I tell you. Let us discuss some of the important terminology used by universities now. DSC, Discipline Specific Core Courses. If at all you want to understand it, you can understand as the old term optional. Okay. So coming to our university, I tell you, optionals remain same as they are. Syllabus will change. Okay. Only the nomenclature changes. Instead of optionals, we should use the word DSC, Discipline Specific Core. You can take 3 optionals. Again, the list, I don't think list is not changed. The combination list remains same. Whatever combinations you are maintaining in your colleges, same combination can be maintained. You can also add combinations with the approval of the university and the authorities in case of government colleges. I mean to say that for first 4 semesters, from first 4 semesters, that is first and second year, all the optionals are called DSC. All the optionals are called DSC. That is one thing. Okay. Again, they are very specialized, and it is known for, optionals are always known for a comprehensive knowledge of the subject. DSE, last 2 semesters, that is final year, 5th and 6th semesters. This is called DSE, Discipline Specific Elective. Old term again, final year optional electives. Final year optional electives. Again, many of you are English here. When I say English, we used to have one compulsory optional, paper 1, and paper 2 has got many optionals like Indian literature and translation, and you have translations of the world. And in case of 6th semester, we have one compulsory paper, other electives. History people have other electives like European history, Karnataka history, world history, like this. There were electives in the final year. Similarly, we have electives in CBCS system, but for your kind information, I tell you, there is only going to be one paper, not 2 papers. Okay, one paper only. There will not be 2 papers. So one elective, you can give elective. You can introduce 2 electives, but candidate studies hello. Hello, sir. Are you getting me? Hello. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, the difference between DSC and DSE are not big, but in E means you have elective, paper A, paper B, but only one elective is to be chosen. Earlier, there used to be 2 papers of 100 marks each. This time, it is only one paper of 100 marks. That is DSE. But you can have elective. Elective courses offered under the main discipline subject of the study. So elective is related to the discipline you have studied. Optional English means optional English elective. History means history elective. Sociology means sociology elective. Physics means physics elective. Same. Dissertation and project is also permitted here. I was talking about skill enhancement. I was talking about research and development. I was talking about student-centric programs. These are all student-centric programs. The CBCS permits even a paper can be completely a project work. Final year paper, one paper can be completely a project work. There is a possibility if you decide to go for a project work. If you are a department of sociology, you can make one paper totally a project-based one. If you are a department of psychology or any management, or whatever, there is a possibility of converting a paper into a project or a dissertation in the end of the particular course. It is also given prominence here. Next term, these are the new terms for you. Generic elective. Generic elective. Generic elective. What is this generic elective? 4 for honors course and 2 each for BA become regular courses. Actually, we have not been able to see honors course in our university. We have been fighting for it. Honors is not yet introduced here. BA General, BSc General, BCom General, all other courses are general courses. General courses means what we see in the regular, degrees. Honors has its own English, BA English honors, BSc Physics honors. Honors is not introduced in our country, in our university.
Recording.
This is generic elective. It is an elective course chosen from an unrelated discipline or subject with an intention to seek exposure beyond disciplines of choice is called generic elective. I give you an example. If your combination is HES, History, Economics, Sociology. History, Economics, Sociology. But your generic elective is not related to HES. You can take Kannada optional, generic elective. You can take English optional generic elective. You can take geography optional generic elective. You can take even science, but it is not permitted now. So you can take GEs offered by different departments in your own college. In your own college, I tell you. Actually, as a rule, you can also get credits from other colleges, but it is not yet introduced here. But GE should be, say for example, in optional English, I have introduced the spoken English for call centers. So HES candidate can offer spoken English for call centers because he or she feels, I want this English for call centers, because you may feel that I am going for call center jobs, or some other department has introduced that women rights may be a G. A student who is not at all related to political science may go for women rights or you can mute all the other people and it's disturbing again. Dr. Chillur, yes, please mute other participants, okay? Otherwise, the concepts will be rather unclear to our participants. And AECC means Ability Enhancement Core Courses. Ability enhancement means your ability will be enhanced. Core means compulsory. Core means compulsory courses. Ability enhancement courses has a two type actually, that is AECC and SEC, skill enhancement. Ability enhancement is based on the content that leads to knowledge enhancement. We want to introduce language skills. We want to introduce literature skills. We want to inculcate human values. We want to inculcate environmental, consciousness. We want to inculcate Indian constitutional values. All these come under ability enhancement core courses. So Again, AECC, English Basic, Additional English, Kannada, Hindi, Urdu, Marathi, and all these basic courses are clubbed as AECC. This is the name AECC. And one more word is used, MIL. It is not a new term for you. MIL was used as an optional in the an additional subject in the final year, modern Indian languages. But now MIL is used as one of the modern Indian languages as a second paper. So basic English and MIL. And other subjects are like environmental science, Indian constitution. Okay. Skill enhancement course. This is also a new term for you. AECC is equal to basic English, basic Kannada, basic all those things. And other constitution, environmental sciences we have same. But this is a new thing. SEC. Skill enhancement courses. It is for the final year, I tell you. G and SEC are for final year. What is this skill enhancement course? When I was talking about GE, I told you that it is interdisciplinary, whereas SEC is intradisciplinary. An optional English student has to take a SEC in optional English only. Optional English SEC is available to him. It means that we taught them British literature, Indian literature, world literature, and history of English language. If the candidate, if English department has offered a course in media writing, if the optional English department has offered a course SEC, that is because we want to send the students with maximum knowledge, and we want to send the students with the skills necessary for the market, and all the skills are inculcated in this particular SEC. So it is like a graduate finishing school. Sometimes, Vidya Poshak and other organizations are conducting graduate finishing schools, because graduate is not complete unless he attends such schools. So that's why, keeping in mind these aspects, SEC is introduced here. SEC is a part of dissertation work. I have already discussed about it, and let me move on. Coming to the discussion in (16 to 18 weeks), that is minimum 90 working days. 90 working days. So theory papers, listen to me carefully now. There will be 3 categories of papers. Number 1, DSC. Number 2, DSE. Number 3, AECC. Okay. DSC, all the optional papers are given 6 credits this time. 6 credits. 6 credits, don't confuse yourself. 6 credits means 5 credits for theory and 1 credit for tutorial. Tutorial is very much important this time. So 6 working hours. Optionals, instead of 5,
Sound. ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಲ್ಲ?
Teaching. Hello. See,
ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತದೆ?
one credit for tutorial. I will come to that point later. Change is this. All optionals are given 6 hours. And student strength as such, BSc 60 students extendable to 70, and BA 80 students extendable to 90. What is students? For others, it is management, BBA, okay, BCA, 40 students extendable to professional courses, 45. And for practical, it is 12 to 15 students per batch. Total credits for general course in arts, science, and commerce and others is 144 credits. I will explain you the chart later. 144 credits means almost. Hello. Who is playing a music here? Dr.S.M.Chillur, can you hear me? You please mute other people. Is there any problem? Okay. Theory classes, total credits, I will explain you. Credit means I tell you 3 optionals for first semester, 6 into 3, 18, and there will be 2 basic papers, 3 credits each, 6. So obviously in the first semester, the student will be studying for 18 plus 6, 24 credits, 24 hours only. One AEC will be joined, that is 2 hours, 26 hours. I will come to that point later. Theory class for subject with the tutorial is 6 hours, whereas practical classes will be with 8 hours. SEC, GE, Environmental Science, Constitution of India are given 2 hours per week and 2 credits only. This is coming to languages, English and Kannada and any other language. As per the draft, it is 3 hours per week. Now we have been fighting for enhancement of hours here. We don't know what is going to happen. We have asked for status quo as far as hours are concerned, but a decision is yet to be taken. Set the syllabus for 60 hours, and for optional 6 hours per week, and for SEC G it is 2 hours. So this, as far as workload is concerned, that's what I tell you. If you have to calculate as per DSC 6 hours per week, DSE 6 hours. So totally one subject, first year, first semester, third semester, fifth semester, including G and SEC, we can say it is going to be 34 workload for optionals. 34. If you introduce electives, one subject in first semester, one subject in third semester, 2 subjects in fifth semester, and 2 GE, 1 GE, 1 SEC altogether. So 5 into 6, 30, and 2 GE, 2 SEC, 4. So totally 34 hours. Presently, all the optionals are carrying actually 20, I think. Am I right? 5, 5. If you have optional extra elective, it is going to be one more, 25. In that way, optional, you may gain a good number of workload. There is no problem. Optional, there is a gain. For AECC, there is an issue now. AECC is introduced to all the subjects, BA, BCom, BSc, and fortunately, English is also introduced to all the 4 semesters of BCom, BBA. That is another happy thing. But the workload here is 3 hours per week. 3 hours per week, but it is 100 marks paper only. So that is the change you can see. We were calculating the loss of some 20% workload. But if we follow the strength norms, there is no loss at all. If the proper strength is maintained or divisions are made. We will come to that point later. Additions are SEC and GE. Every department is given additional subjects like skill enhancement course and generic electives. So this is the difference between old system and the new system. So with this, if at all I want to give you one small example of English department, I can tell you our experiences. That's what I'll tell you. Normally, we used to teach 8 papers in optional. 8 papers. 2 papers in first year, 2 papers in second year, and 4 papers in final year. But now it is going to be only 6 papers. Along with that, 4 other papers, 2G, 2 SEC. So obviously, workload as I have calculated, it is going to be 34 hours if you go for 2 electives in the final year. If you go for 1 elective in the final year, it is going to be 29 hours of workload for optional. Workload. Maybe, of course, if you are in a, say, for example, independent science college. Independent science college, if you have 2 divisions of first year, 2 divisions of second year, normally your workload is 20 hours, 5 hours per class. But now it is going to be 12 hours. 3, 3, 3, 3, like that. Or if you take only 1 division issue, it's going to be 3 plus 3 for each semester. I'm talking about semester wise. Okay, at a time, 6 hours workload is available. If you are independent commerce college, at a time, 6 hours workload is available. Or if you are, multidisciplinary college, multidisciplinary colleges are not affected much. Only independent colleges where there is no optional English, they will be affected. As far as social sciences, physical sciences, life sciences, and all other subjects, they are not at all affected as far as teaching hours. Rather, there is increase in the teaching hours. One more important thing you can find here is students will be given less burden, less less teaching hours, and more lab work, more field work are emphasized here. So this is the idea that everyone has to carry, and the further process will be in the form of questions and answers, so that the issues can be easily discussed. If I know you are able to understand anything, or if there are any questions remain with you, you can discuss now, and the webinar is open for discussion. Thank you very much for patient listening. I will stop sharing the screen now. Yeah. Yes.
Question or information? Exit full screen. Exit full screen.
You can ask questions related to your own subject or apprehensions if you have related to quality of the subject or related workload, whatever.
Dear participants, if you have any questions, you can ask the resource person, Dr. G.K. Badiger. Unmute ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. Participants.
If you want, I will show you a chart, but credit chart is available with me.
Dear participants, raise your questions in the chat box, or you can ask Dr. G.K. Badiger directly.
Hello.
Yes.
What about BCA third and fourth sem as far as English basic is concerned?
Madam, English basic will be introduced in BCA this time.
Even for third and fourth sem?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Any more questions from other participants?
All the degrees except hotel management are given basic English, basic Kannada for all the first 4 semesters, except only one, that is BSc Hotel Management. Even BFA, BVA, Bachelor of Visual Arts, which have only 2 credits, are now given 3 credits and full 100 marks paper for B Music, BVA, Bachelor of Visual Arts, BTTM, Bachelor of Tourism and Tourism Management.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Please ask. Hello. Hello,
Sir,
participant. Yeah, please introduce yourself and ask the questions.
You unmute while asking a question. Please unmute and ask a question, and later you can.
Sir, Dr. G.K. Badiger, shall I ask you one question given by Professor Sapna K. Jadhav? Please let me know what minimum strength of students should be there for basic English and optional English.
It remains same. The government orders stand same. 15 is the minimum strength other than Kannada. If it is Kannada, 5 is fixed actually. Whereas for other subjects, it is going to be 15. Even there is a recent order. Even in final year, when you go for electives, I told you DSE. Earlier, there was a chance of even 5 students getting a division. But now it's not like that. You are not supposed to make a division unless there is 15 students opting a particular elective. Okay.
Dr. G.K., one more question. Given by Dr. Nabi Rasul. What about the social sciences?
Social sciences, I told you, they are not, of course, as far as the quality of the syllabus is concerned, it most of the time centralized syllabus is now in place. Quality is assured. As far as workload is concerned, there is even a better workload for everybody. Since we have an introduction of GE and SEC, the same figure stands 34 hours, at a time for single division, classes. Am I right, sir? Dr. Chillur, sir?
Yes.
Is it correct? Okay.
Any other questions from other participants? Please ask.
What about geography subjects, sir? In North India, so much important topic. Someone asked Mr. Girish Chaudapnawar. Geography is given due importance here. It's only the question of students opting it. Normally in North India, a lot of importance is given to geography, and it is a part of a civil services examination also. But we don't know. Many colleges have not introduced geography, although geography is a very, very important and essential subject for various competitive examinations. It all depends upon how the faculty is going to, popularize it, and the management should ensure that the subject is given due importance. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Sir, myself. Sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Please.
Sir,
Yes, sir. Please ask.
Yes, sir. Myself, Dr.S.M.Chillur, Department of Economics. Thank you very much, sir. It is a wonderful informative session. Sir, my problem is, what is the workload of intradisciplinary open elective course?
Intra should not be considered independently, I tell you. If you have an optional, your optional should design syllabus for both DSC, DSE, G and SEC. G is inter, SEC is intra. Okay. SEC is a continuation of your own discipline. G is an external subject you are offering, and now in university it is called open elective, sir. So you will get 2 hours of workload there. 2 hours.
Yes,
your subject, sir?
Okay.
Economics. Yeah, if you are offering marketing economics, or if you are offering rural economy for outsiders, you may go for your subject, and if your subject is interesting, it will catch total 34 hours.
We are offering, yes, sir. We are offering for the other departments.
Other departments who have not taken optional economics.
Yes, sir. The question is, what is the workload of that?
2 hours. 2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours.
Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you very much.
Any more questions from other participants, please?
First, the faculty.
If no questions are there, I think no questions from other participants. Now I request Dr. M.S.Yatnatti, NAAC coordinator of our college, to propose vote of thanks.
ಅಶೋಕ್ ಶಿವರಾಯ ವಗ್ಗನಂತ ಅಲ್ರಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀ ಅಶೋಕ್ ಒಂದೇ ಬರೋದ್ರಿ ಶಿವರಾಯ ವಗ್ಗನಂತ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕ್ರಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ತೆಗಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆಧಾರ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಅವ್ರು ಕರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ
ಮ್ಯಾಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಅವು ಎಸವ ಬರಿಬೇಕು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಎಸವ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಿರ್ತದೆ ಅವು ಎಸವ ರೀ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅವು ಎಸವ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಬರಿಬೇಕತ್ತಲ್ಲ research ಬರ್ದಿವಲ್ಲ
Someone has asked about Indian Constitution. Indian Constitution is for 2 hours now.
Score. ಹನ್ನೆರಡು ಬರ್ರಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು.
And for your kind information, the final guidelines will be published soon by the university, and they stand final. Okay, whatever we have discussed so far is proposed guidelines, whatever I understood. Okay, there may be minor changes in the days to come, and it will be notified by the university, which will stand final.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Good afternoon to all. Sir, we have come to the fag end of the today's webinar. So that is the orientation on proposed choice-based credit system in KUAFET. And it is organized by our own college, Nehru Art, Science, Commerce College and PG Center, Ghantikeri, Hubballi, in collaboration with Department of English, the Karnataka University Academic Forum for English Teachers. First of all, I would like to thank the resource person, Dr. Gurunath Badiger sir, Associate Professor, Department of English, Great College, Dharwad. So he has nicely given a speech and cleared the doubts of many participants. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I also thank Professor P.S.Manture, sir, President, Academic Forum for English Teachers, KUD. And I thank our Honorable Chairman, Anjuman-e-Islam Hubballi, Alhaz M.C. Saunur Saab. And also I thank all office leaders and EB members of Anjuman-e-Islam Hubballi for supporting us in organizing successfully this webinar from our college. I also thank our beloved principal, Shri Syed Ahmed Feroze sir, for giving all the support for organizing this webinar. I thank Dr. Asha and Rabb, who is the convener of this webinar, and Faculty Department of English, Nehru Arts, Science and Commerce College. I thank Dr.S.M.Chillur, the IQAC coordinator of Nehru Arts, Science and Commerce College, Hubballi. And I thank all the staff of Nehru College. All the staff and teaching and non-teaching staff. I also thank Dr. M.F. Ansari sir for being supportive and guiding our staff in organizing this seminar, who is the administrator of degree college. I thank all the participants. And I thank our technical team, Shri Vinny sir, and other team. And also I thank Vikram sir, who is a lecturer, Department of Chemistry, H. Patil, PU Science College, who has successfully hosted our webinar in YouTube Live. I thank all the participants who have participated in this and made this webinar grand success. Thank you. Thank you one and all.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Once again, Doctor, thank you very much, Dr. G.K. Badiger, and our principal,
thank you, sir. Thank you.
And all the dear participants.
Thank the management,
and all the participants will be given. Yes, sir. So all the participants will be given e-certificate, and you have to fill the feedback form, and you will get e-certificate. That link will be sent to you within a half an hour. Thank you, one and all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for wonderful cooperation.
Have a nice time.
Bye-bye. See you. Stay home. Stay safe. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.